905 horsepower and 985 newton-meters of torque. I never felt inspired enough to say, I want an electric vehicle. This is probably the first one that really gave me that feel. I want it. I want it. Hey guys, so today we have an exclusive sneak peek on, come on, look at that. The Lotus Eletre. It's freaking gorgeous, isn't it? So by the way, we're here in Toy Cars, which is the official distributor of Lotus in Malaysia, and this is a pre-production car, but here's the good thing, it's almost like the one that you can get, okay? So we're seeing something that is almost ready, right? So come, let's explore this car together. A bit dumbstruck by how good it looks, so let's poke around and let's see what this car is about, and we'll talk about also the specs and also possibly the price. So let's jump right in. Before the video starts, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Expel Malaysia. Now, many may know them for some of the best paint protection films out in the market, but they also produce excellent window tints. It not only has superior heat rejection, but it has amazing clarity. I've used both Prime XR Plus and Prime XP, and I have never been more satisfied. Do check out the website for more information on the products and network of distributors throughout Malaysia. With that, please enjoy the rest of the video. So first, let's just appreciate how the car looks. I said it again just now, but I'm going to say it again. It's freaking gorgeous, right? Let's start from the front. The front in this angle, I really like this. You see, most SUVs, you will sort of have a flat front or a round front. But look at this. It reminds me of a shark, isn't it? Right? Or eagle or something. But that is just so special. Now, I really like how the Emira looked, but it looks sort of like a typical supercar. But this one, it just stands out. Park this next to any other cars. I don't care if it's a supercar. This really stands out, right? So the other thing about the Eletre is that what I've told, right, what I've read, is that there are a lot of vents around, and those are not for looks. See, Lotus comes from racing DNA, right? From F1, from racing, and if you look at even the Elise and the Exige, those are practically race cars, but built on the road. They have to take some of that and also put it in this car over here. So all these vents over here, right? All these are actual, all these are legit aerodynamics, all right? So I'm not gonna go like deep into them, but just want to show you that all exists over here, even the side over here, look at that, right? Super cool, right? All right, so let's check out the side. Now, before I continue over the looks on the side, but look at this little panel over here. The Eletre is actually ready for level 4 autonomous driving. So this, plus that there's one on the roof over there, when you start using this, it will pop out and it'll start creating a 3D image of your surrounding, right? Up to 200 freaking meters, all right? So that helps the car to be driven autonomously and safely, all right? It's everywhere, 3D, including dark places, low spots, whatever. It's got you all covered, right? Let's continue on with the looks, okay? There you have these are optional rims. Now it looks like carbon because it is carbon fiber, okay? So this is not part of the actual real construction of the rims over here. This is an add-on look to it, okay? It is 23 inches. This is a spec actually for the Eletre R, okay? So this is actually what we're seeing today is the Eletre S, okay? So this is an option for the R. You can have it spec'd over here as well. Let me know what you think about it. I think it's kind of big, a little too big in my opinion. And of course you want to have a little bit more rubber for Malaysian roads. Okay, so carbon ceramics also is an option. Okay, let's continue on the exterior tour. So I really like this color combo, and I think that if you should spec it this way with the black top because it makes the car look a little bit lower, right? So I love how they play with the B-pillar. It looks a bit more seamless over here. Again, air vents in front, aerodynamics, but just look at the rear. Okay, I actually didn't come and see this yet. This is my first time seeing it, and wow. Look at that, look at this vents over here. Can you see? My hands are popping out on the other side. Can you see it? Huge vent over here, all right? And just look at that rear. Ooh la la. I love how it's protruding over here and it slowly builds down like that, right? And these wings, look at that. It's not a full wing, just like that. Just lovely, 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 lovely. The other really cool thing about the rear is that when you plug in your car to charge, it actually shows you your status of charging, right? So you don't have to run in your car and check your car's charge. You can actually see from afar what's your status of charge. So this light plays as an additional function for that. Very, very smart touch from Lotus. Right, let's see if we can pop the hood. But generally in the exterior, I think the car, exterior, I think they've done a great job with keeping up with all the current super SUVs, because that's a trend, isn't it? It really holds that, like, I mean, it wouldn't look shy next to an Urus, for example. Okay, in fact, I think it looks, in my opinion, better than the Urus. The rear boot space is pretty big. I believe it's around 660 plus liters, so it's really, really practical, right? So you have all your charging kits over here, your wires, blah, 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 all over here. And of course, you also have this over here, right? You can also raise and lower the ride height as well with air suspension, right? So makes your loading and unloading easier as well. Nice touch over here, right? But let's get into the cabin, shall we? Because I really want to see how the interior looks like. So let's jump right in. This is legit nice, really nice. I thought the exterior was impressive, but the interior is something else, really. So just like what you saw in the boot, it has that grey microfiber material that goes around. It continues up over here. It really works. Yeah, this material is really nice. And let's just see the what. Just look at the panels, like the stitching, right? It's nice and solid, right? I was told that this is very similar to the actual production car. All these plastics are wrapped nicely, and look at that. Yeah, they're all wrapped nicely in leather. It is in that premium feel, for sure, 100%, 100%, right? So let's take a look at the interior space for the driver's seat first, right? I love this steering, but it does remind me of a Lotus sports car. Let's talk about drive modes, okay? So we have 5 drive modes. You have first we have sport mode, you have tour, right? So sport mode is going to be lowered, as you can see, right? With that red color. Whew, I like this. I really like this whole graphic. So the car will be lowered. Then you have tour mode. So I like how Lotus don't use the word comfort, right? Because Lotus is a racing car, right? So comfort is like, I like how they use the word tour instead. Then you have range mode, and then you have off-road as well, right? This car is an SUV in the end, so it should do some off-roading as well. And then you got the individual modes if you want to decide how you want to play around with it, okay? But all of them are accessible through this little button over here. Such a smart way, because EVs don't have pedal shifters, so you can actually use this as to select your modes. Very, very smart touch. So the left side over here will be adjusting how much regenerative braking that you want. So the left side will be less regenerative braking. You can turn it off entirely, or you want some regenerative braking or more regenerative braking, you can choose it over here. It shows you on the screen. Really nice touch. I'm super impressed. Really nice. But the leather, the stalks, the sound it makes, and it comes from there. So the right signal comes from the right and the left comes from the left. It sounds nice. Sounds nice, legit, man. Whew. And all this little finish with this stuff. Oh wow. I really like this car. Let's look into the rear seats. And it's just like how impressive it was in the front, the rear is also really impressive. So rather than the 3-seating configuration, you have actually 2 separate seats over here, which I think is pretty cool. And it just gives you a sense of more luxury. The impression of the rear seats kind of feels more like, a Maserati Gran Turismo, right? An actual 2+2, So this is the feel, with this seat and that seat, right? I like how these seats are designed in a way, and I like how the quality feels. It just nicely wrapped leather and this plastic finishing over here is just lovely, lovely, lovely. It gives a hint of sporty, but just not overly too much. I like the M seats from the front, but from the rear sometimes it just feels like a little bit too much. This one is quite considerate in that sense. Okay, so yeah, the rear is looks like a very nice space to be, right? So you've got little iPad looking thing over here. I'm not sure if I can actually remove it. I'm not going to try. I don't destroy it. Pre-production car. So I get to adjust my AC over here. I get to change out if it blows to my leg or it just blows out to my face. So yeah, I don't have to actually go down here and move this thing like an old, traditional car. Right? I can actually just change it over here. Okay. All right. The middle compartment. Right. So I feel a lot of people give a lot of attention to the front middle compartment, but here sometimes it's a little bit meh. Here, look, it's properly done. 2 USB-C charger, deep, really deep. Like look how deep it is. It's really, really deep, right? And I suspect over here, I think it's a champagne or sort of like a. Whoa. Yeah, I think you can spec this up if I'm not mistaken, but just the way it rolls. Oh, it feels so premium. Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought Lotus, right, would have gone to this level? It's super impressive, super, super impressive. And we have this panoramic roof as well. I think that it just suits the car, makes the car look bigger, feels more luxurious. And I'm digging this spec as well. Look, even the seat belts are in nice Lotus colors. Right, so I'm done exploring the car. I'm gonna stop geeking out in the car and get out and just give a little summary about the car and talk about some of the specs as well. Right guys, that's all the time I have with the Lotus Eletre, and I gotta tell you, I'm completely blown away. If any one of you guys are lucky enough to get one of these, you're really in for a treat. I think there's a lot of like great EVs out there, but this one's really taking to the next level. Yeah, the exterior, incorporating the racing heritage of Lotus, how the interior, they've gone with that 4-seating position, and the build quality is in. I'm so geeking out right now. The price as well in Malaysia is extremely beautiful as well. Okay, so there's 3 variants of this Eletre. You have the base spec, which is the Eletre S, and then you have the Eletre R. So I'm just going to give you a quick summary. You can find all these specs online anyways. The Eletre and Eletre S, they have the same setup. There's a dual battery, okay? The difference between Eletre and Eletre S and then the R, okay, is the R has a more powerful battery on the rear. Eletre S, you have 600 horsepower and 710 Newton meters of torque. That's a lot of power, by the way. And then the R, 905 horsepower and 985 Newton meters of torque. Who needs that much power? I do. So, of course, the R comes with a lot of bits and pieces as well. S has more, more things spec'd around the car. So, but anyways, either way, I think it's a great deal. So if you're in the market for an electric car, check this out. I think the driving is going to be really good as well. I mean, it's Lotus, and after all, I enjoyed geeking around this car, and it took me by surprise. I thought it's going to be just another EV, but I feel really inspired. I never really, that's the word for it. I never felt inspired enough to say I want an electric vehicle. This is probably the first one that really gave me that feel. I want it. Right, so if you like it as well and you want it as well, let me know in the comments below as well. Alright, so that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video, and please help me hit the like button as well to let me know that I've done a good job. Right, with that, love you guys. Thanks for watching, and keep it 100.